Continuing with the chapter chromosomes, cell cycle, and cell division. The part which we will be discussing today is cell division. I hope that whatever has been taught in the earlier classes is very much clear to all of you and it's good enough. The understanding is good enough so that we can further move. Okay, so cell division is, as the name says, is the division of the cell. So I have already told you earlier that it is cell division can be of two types, mitosis and meiosis. In mitosis, the cell division leads to the production of diploid cells. That means one cell forms two cells, one parent cells forms two daughter cells, and the chromosome number remains the same. That is, in humans, if we take the example of humans, there will be 46 chromosomes in the parent cell and same number, that is 46 chromosomes, will be there in the daughter cells. Clear? So coming on to the definition, cell division leading to the production of diploid cells for growth and development. If you remember the four reasons which I have told you for which the cell needs to divide. The first reason was growth, replacement, then repair. So these first three I told you, they are responsible, they are taking place because mitosis is there. So mitosis is responsible for growth, replacement and repair. The same thing is being told here, that production of diploid cells for growth and development. Development is a part of course, all these things. The second is meiosis. The fourth type of necessity for division which I told you was reproduction. So meiosis is necessary type of cell division for production of reproductive cells or reproductive gametes that occurs in higher forms of organisms. In higher forms, like us, the humans, or any tree or any other insect, these special kind of division takes place in the reproductive cells, and the sperms and the eggs receive only half the number of chromosomes. That is, out of 46, one cell receives half, that is 23 in case of humans. That will be called as haploid. Clear? Haploid means unpaired, single chromosome which are not paired. It is represented by a small n. Diploid, as in mitosis, is represented by 2n. Clear? So coming on to the definition, cell division leading to the production of haploid cells or gametes. Gametes will be sperm or egg. Why this is so? Because sperm and egg at the time of fertilization need to fuse, and when they will fuse, 23 chromosomes from each of them will combine again to form 46 chromosomes. Clear? So growth, replacement, repair takes place because of mitosis and reproduction takes place because of meiosis. Moving forward, the next is we will be starting up with mitosis. Okay, so mitosis is a cell division in which one parent cell divides into two identical daughter cells. It is important to note here that one cell forms two cells. So the parent cell loses its identity and then it gives rise to two identical cells which are now called as daughter cells. Second important point about mitosis is the same chromosome number, same normal chromosome number is maintained at each cell division. Every time the cell divides through mitosis, the chromosome number remains the same. There is no reduction in the chromosome number. That is why this type of cell division is also called as equational division. Equational, equal number of chromosomes are passed from parent to daughter cells. Clear? Now Steps of mitosis. Mitosis occurs in two steps. If the cell need to divide, first the nucleus has to divide. I have told you when I was teaching you chromosomes that nucleus is having the chromosomes which contains the genes, okay, unit of heredity. So nucleus need to divide first, and the first step of mitosis will be this only, that is the division of nucleus. So nucleus will divide, and the process of division of nucleus is called as karyokinesis. Karyo word comes from karyon, which means nucleus. Kinesis, division. Karyokinesis, that means division of nucleus, is the first step of mitosis. What will happen next? Just imagine if the nucleus has divided into two, what else will divide now? Yes, the cytoplasm will divide now. And the division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. Okay, cyto word comes from cytoplasm. Kinesis again means division. So there are two major steps of mitosis: karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis means division of nucleus, and cytokinesis means division of cytoplasm. Now, this karyokinesis, division of nucleus, takes place in four major phases. Okay, karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus, does not take place in one step. It again has four different steps. So we shall be discussing here about karyokinesis. Karyokinesis occurs in four phases, I told you. First is prophase, then second is metaphase, then third is anaphase, and the fourth is telophase. Okay, can you see? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. It should be in this particular order. And to remember this order, I have highlighted and given you a key. There is a key to remember, PMAT. Just like any exam, any competitive exam, CAT, MAT, whatever, you can remember the sequence as in PMAT. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, clear to all of you? So karyokinesis takes place in four steps: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Remembering this sequence is very much important, because in boards they are asking the sequence every time. They are giving you like any phase, they will give you anaphase, and they will ask you draw the diagram of the phase which comes before anaphase. So when you will understand the sequence, when you know the sequence very well, then only you will be able to draw the diagram. Clear? So remember PMAT. PMAT is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. This is one thing to remember. Moving forward on the prophase. See, it is a normal cell. What happens in prophase? First of all, the chromosomes become short and thick. You can see here the chromosomes are visible clearly. Earlier they were just like chromatin threads. They were not visible in the chromosome form. Now they have condensed to give rise to the chromosomes. Remember one important thing here. The chromosomes always have to be in pairs. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have made here 4 chromosomes, or you can say 2 pairs. We will maintain this number always. Now what happens in prophase? Just understand. The chromosomes have become shorter, and these chromosomes are visible now. They have sister chromatids attached at one point, which we call as centromere. Okay, then each chromosome is already duplicated. You can see it's already duplicated. It has 2 chromatids, the sister chromatids. Then the centrosome is present in the animal cell. I am telling you about the animal cell now. After that, once we complete the animal cell, I'll tell you the differences between animal cell and plant cell as in respect to the cell division. So that will be more clear. First of all, we will study about animal cell. So it's a round cell without a cell wall. So it has centrosome also. If you can see, the centrosome has duplicated and they will move to the opposite poles. This one centrosome, this one centrosome was located here. It has duplicated, it has formed two centrioles and they are moving to opposite poles. One will come this side and another will come this side. Okay, so these are moving to opposite poles. Now the what will happen next? The asters will be formed. The lines which you can see, these are the asters which are formed. Asters, we call them asters, and they will give rise to the spindle fibers. Spindle fibers is also an important concept here. These are working just like ropes and will be tied to the chromosomes. You will come to know further. Then what happens? The centrosome, I have told you two things. The chromosomes have been formed by the condensation of the chromatin fibers. The centrosome has duplicated into centrioles. They are moving towards the opposite poles. The asters, these small ray type of thing which you can see surrounding the centrioles, are forming asters which will form spindle fibers. Then here you can see the nuclear membrane is disrupted. The nuclear membrane is now disappearing in fragments. You can see small fragments of nuclear membrane here. So this nuclear membrane is disappearing. This is also one thing. Clear? So here the prophase ends. After the prophase comes the metaphase. Remember PMAT.